Yo, I gotta make a confession. I'm an Antifa activist and I don't regret it.
Walking through the crease and the cracks of the streets, struggling for some food and a bed to sleep, while trying to cause overthrow. I'm feeling weak, ideology buff, overgrown.
How big is the Antifa organization?
So Antifa is not an organization. Antifa just simply means anti-fascist. So people who are anti-fascist and Antifa are literally just a bunch of people from different ideologies and thought processes that doesn't like fascism, don't like people who are Nazis, don't like people who are Proud Boys, don't like the police.
Don't like the police.
You know what I mean? We don't like anything that has a fascist orientation because fascism leads to oppression and violence against many different types of people, whether it's people of color, whether it's white folks that are of a different orient like Jewish folks, whether it's behind class or queerness. We know what fascism brings. It brings violence and unacceptance. It doesn't tolerate people's existence that aren't the supposed status quo.
But aren't Antifa terrorists?
The only way someone could consider Antifa terrorists is if they are fascist, right? Because who is terrified against somebody being against something?
Against fascism.
Because if you're not a fascist, what's so terrifying about people not liking fascists? The idea that we're terrorists is being perpetuated by a president who is leaning much more towards overt fascism. Now, I'm not going to say he's the first fascist president because all of them have been fascists. This is a fascist nation. This is a right-leaning nation. But when it comes down to it, this president has been fed fascism from his supporters, and he now regurgitates that. And he's in this weird cycle where they feed off each other, right? So we see the nature of America start to manifest itself more bluntly with Donald Trump. And any idea of anti-fascism is a threat to his power structure because the power structure is based off of fascist ideology. His fan base are a bunch of fascists. You see in this institution how they react to people, right? You got fascists who murder two people and they let him walk right by and want to call him a hero. Well, you have an anti-fascist person who shot to defend somebody's life from an armed assailant that was trying to kill somebody, was trying to kill a person of color, and then they gunned them down they're unarmed because they don't want to take that to trial because in trial clearly he's going to be acquitted. So they murdered him.
Then tell me this, why do you all go out looking for violence?
So to be clear, we don't go out on the streets looking for violence. That is not why any Antifa are out there. And also, not everybody's out in the streets like that. Some people are just airing out the fascists that are out there. They're just letting people know who's a fascist, whether you're talking about Richard Spencer or some other alt-right writer or someone who's infiltrating organizations that have alt-right ties, right? So, like, that's what a lot of Antifa do. Most don't go out in the streets. The ones that do don't go out there looking for violence. They go out there to protect their community from violence. As we see with the Proud Boys and the 3%ers or whatever the fuck they're called, and all these white supremacist organizations going out there looking for violence. Now, I do think one thing we really should be trying to do if we're Antifa or if you're just a leftist period or you just believe in self-defense period is train yourself and prepare to defend the people around you. But the thing of the idea that they're trying to push about, oh, we're the ones looking for violence, like that doesn't even show. If you go out in the streets, you see what's happening. They're running people over. They're coming in crowds and gunning us down. And then Trump and their whole alt-right people and shit, even most of the leftists and the police are silent about that violence. But people start defending themselves, then of course,
they're terrorists.
It's just right-wing propaganda rhetoric that is pushed out there. And again, you can't also have a terrorist organization that isn't an organization. Antifa is an ideology. Not even an ideology. It just means you don't like Nazis, bro.
It means you don't like fascists. Is it true you were trained by the CIA?
No, I don't know anybody in Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda is a U.S. ally, by the way. Just to be clear, we use them to oppress Islam across the world by propping up organizations like ISIL. Yeah, as far as the CIA, definitely, I don't think the CIA would ever want to train us. Um, I think they actively do not like Antifa. And also, I think you guys confuse Antifa with Black Bloc, who are also not trained by the CIA. Just to be clear.
Important question. Did the reptilians send you to take over our world?
Bruh, there are no reptilians. They do not exist. That's not a real thing. Stop listening to Alex Jones.
What do you and other Antifa think of our president, Donald Trump?
Well, I won't speak for all Antifa, but I'm pretty sure most Antifa or anarchists or anybody who just doesn't like oppression is not a big fan of Donald J. Trump. I think, as someone who's an anti-fascist, I don't think that
Donald J. Trump is a very good person.
But also, I don't think that any president is a very good person. In fact, they're all very horrible, genocidal people who need to be held accountable. Instead, we keep picking which one is going to be the next one that's going to do genocide across the globe. So, I'm not a fan of Trump, not a fan of Biden, you know. Nobody, though. Nobody 2020.
Tell me the truth. Why is your favorite color black?
My favorite color is black because I'm black. Black is beautiful, baby. So, that's why my favorite color is black.
No, I mean Antifa.
Again, I think you confuse Black Bloc with Antifa. Black Bloc is a tactic that people wear black so they can be anonymous from like cameras and police and all that type of stuff. But again, I don't know if the Antifa's favorite color is black. I think that's just trying to hide from cameras so they don't get doxxed and they don't have white supremacists showing up to their house to try to do them harm. But again, my favorite color is black because I'm black and beautiful. All right, if you like this little thing I just put together, then make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, hit that bell, leave a comment, and maybe answer some of these questions yourself. Like, are you Antifa? Do you support Antifa? Did you understand what Antifa was before this breakdown? Let me know. All right, man, like I said, hit the bell, subscribe, follow me at all the socials, villainus_music on Instagram, Twitter, or SoundCloud. And I'm going to catch y'all later.
Walking through the crease and the cracks of the streets, struggling for some food and a bed to sleep, while trying to cause overthrow. I'm feeling weak, ideology buff.
Thanks for watching, comrades. Put hashtag Villain Squad in the comments section. Also, if you want to support the channel, cop one of these dope-ass t-shirts off Teespring, Nobody 2020, or you can become a Patreon supporter. Yeah, become a Patreon. Links in the description.
Let's get it.